Hi guys, this is 4-2 practice part B. This section focuses on the slope formula and finding slope from 2 points. Okay. All right, so on your in your workbook on page 203, we're going to start with number 4. Okay, I've got the slope formula written over here for you. Remember the slope formula, M indicates slope. And the slope formula is second y minus first y over second x minus first x. Also remember the most common mistake I see in course 3 and in algebra is kids putting the x's on top and the y's on bottom. I know you're used to seeing it that way because x always comes first, but in slope, the y's have to be on top and the x's are on bottom. Now, anytime you're using the slope formula, you need to go ahead and number your points. So this is going to be my first x, and this is going to be my first y. This is going to be my second x, and this is my second y. All right, now when I go to put it in the slope formula, all I have to do is fill in the numbers, okay? Second y minus the first y over second x minus the first x. Then you just simplify this. 6 minus 5 is 1, and 2 minus 3 is negative 1. Now, if you can write it as a whole number, go ahead and do that. All right, this reduces to negative 1, and you would type it in, reveal negative 1. Okay. Don't ever write slope as a mixed number, always either a fraction or a whole number. Okay, once again, label your points. This is x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2. So the slope would be second y minus the first y over second x minus the first x. Now notice this is minus negative 3, so we're going to keep change here. 2 minus 2 is 0, and 7 plus 3 is 10. So don't enter this into the computer as 0 over 10. Enter it as 0. Okay. Number 6, first x, first y, second x, second y. The slope is second y minus first y over second x minus first x. Negative 2 minus 8 is negative 10, but 6 minus 6 is 0. When you have 0 in the denominator, this is an undefined slope. And you don't put a number, you put the word undefined. For fear that no one would be able to spell it correctly, I did not include this problem in the practice assignment. I just made up a new one instead. Here's some extra examples. I didn't feel like that was enough examples. They have one that comes out with the regular slope, one that's 0, one that's undefined. That's not enough. So 2 more examples. Here's first x, first y, second x, second y. Slope is the second y minus the first y over the second x minus the first x. Simplify. 6 minus 4 is 2. Negative 2 minus 3 is negative 5. Now, when you go to put this in reveal, it's not going to like you having the negative on the 5, even though that's probably the more useful way to write it. When you enter this in the answer thing, put the negative first and then put the fraction like that, and it will count it right. Okay. Another one, first x, first y, second x, second y. Slope is equal to the second y minus the first y over second x minus the first x. Keep change, keep change. Now, if you're not good at adding and subtracting negative numbers, be sure to check yourself with a calculator. 9 plus 5 is 14, and 4 plus 3 is 7. This would have a slope of 2, okay? Or you could probably write 2 over 1. Those are probably both right. Okay. All right, the next thing I want to look at is number 7, multiple choice. The points given in each table lie on lines. Which table, when graphed, would show a negative slope? Well, remember, when we're finding slope from a table, we got to find out what the change is here. So to change from here to here is an increase of 5. This is an increase of 5. This is an increase of 5. So x is going up by 5 each time. Y, down by 1. Oh, no, sorry, that's up by 1. My mistake. Up by 1. Up by 1. So y is going up by 1. Now, slope is the change in y on top and the change in x on the bottom. So the slope of this would be 1/5, positive 1/5. So it's not negative. Let's look at B. This goes up by 2, up by 2, up by 2. So this is going up by 2. This goes up by 2, up by 2, up by 2. This goes up by 2. So the slope of this line would be positive 2/2, which is equal to positive 1, not negative. This one goes up by 2. Oh, look how now, let's see what they did. They skipped 4. They skipped 4 on you. Up by 1, up by 2. This one goes down by 8. This one goes down by 4. And this one goes down by 8. This is a straight line because if they had included the missing numbers, it would have been up by 1, up by 1, up by 1, and this would have been down by 4, down by 4, down by 4. So x goes up by 1, and y goes down by, I don't want to write it like that. X goes up by 1, y goes down by 4. So change in y over the change in x. This one has a negative slope. I hate that this is the only one where they did it wonky too, where they changed the pattern. That's not very fair. This is up by 2, up by 2, up by 2. This is up by 4, up by 4, up by 4. Change in y over the change in x. This is equal to a slope of positive 1/2. I wanted to do all of those because we didn't have very many examples of finding slope from a table, and there are those problems. Okay, so I think this is my last example. Malik and Mila are both mountain climbing. The graph shows Malik's altitude at various points during the climb. The table shows Mila's altitude. Who is climbing at a faster rate? How much faster does that person climb per hour? Well, we'll start with the table. This went up by 1, up by 1. This went up by 721, up by 721. This is y, so they've written it right here. So the change in y over the change in x. So Mila is going, is she going down or up? No, she's going up, okay. She's climbing 721 feet per hour, all right? Now, what's Malik doing? Well, here, after 1 hour, they've given us 2 points. They want you to use the slope formula here. 1, 693, and 2, 1386. So, use the slope formula. First x, first y, second x, second y. Okay. Slope is second y minus the first y over second x minus the first x. Okay. So when you reduce this, you're going to get 693 over 1, which means Malik is doing 693 feet per hour. So the question asks, who's climbing at a faster rate? Well, Mila must be climbing at a faster rate because she went up 721 feet in an hour, and Malik only went up 693. So Mila wins, and by how much? Well, you just have to do 721 minus 693. I could get a calculator, but that would take all the challenge out of it. 28 feet per hour faster. Okay. I think that's it. So you can go on over to McGraw-Hill and finish practice B. Remember to smile for the camera, right? Well, if you're here today. If you're not here today, you have to smile tomorrow. Yeah. A smile anyway. All right. Have a great time. I'll see you guys later. Bye.